This is the launch prize. We have 5 of these in each category. Best overall for 1.0, 2.0, and they'll be engraved with the specific company in the award. But they'll also be best technological achievement, best presentation, best design in UX, since we've heard over and over again that's important. What did I leave out? Best business plan, best design, best technological achievement, best overall, best dress. Best presentation, correct. Like, that's the Tonshi Dot Award. Thank you. Best weed in the press area, absolutely. The best ganja, wow. So here's the good news. We've had so many good companies in the LaunchPad, and they're so deserving that we're going to bring up 6 right now that I love. We're going to give them 3 minutes. They need a lot of support. And then when the grand jury comes up, we're going to do another 6. They're all going to get 3 minutes. Let's bring up Meeting Burner, our first one. Judges, treat them like any other company. But we're going to limit the Q&A to 2 questions.
You said go.
Okay, Meeting Burner.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Rydell. This is my younger brother, Paul Rydell. We're with Meeting Burner. Fast and easy online meetings in the web, and by now, having heard 60 presentations, it probably sounds like blah, 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 blah. And you know what? The big dominant players of the web meeting industry, that's what they sound like right now. Blah, 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 blah. So we're here today to take on WebEx, take on GoToMeeting, Adobe, Citrix, Cisco, Microsoft, and IBM, and kick their ass. It's a $4 billion market, and we've come up with a product that's better, it's easier, it's faster, and we're giving it away completely free. So we'll show you 2 real quick scenarios. First of all, one of the things that's often a pain in the neck as a participant is even joining a meeting. With our software, we've got an invitation right here. We've got a colleague out in the LaunchPad where he's a host. We're going to join his meeting right now by clicking on this link, and bam, 7 seconds, and we're completely in as a participant to this meeting, watching our buddy Kevin Reeves waving to us from out in the LaunchPad. Nothing to install, no headaches, boom, ready to go. The other guys take minutes. Another thing I'd like to show you real quick, we'll just hop on over into our back office. A nice, simple, easy place for you as a host to start a meeting, for example, through a real easy process. So Paul, if we'll click to start a meeting right now, I'll highlight one other feature, which is we let you set the name, the topic, that sort of thing. We give you a phone bridge just like you'd expect, but we could launch a whole business around this one other thing, which is that we are doing the phone bridge in the Amazon cloud along with our entire meeting in the Amazon cloud. The whole thing, completely scalable, something you couldn't have even done a couple years ago. We're ready to go with both of those features. One final thing, because I like to say that we've beaten these guys in every single area. The final thing I'll bring up is recording. Go try to record a meeting with WebEx or GoToMeeting. They tell you to go down to Radio Shack and buy that piece of equipment to try to get it done. With Meeting Burner, we think the solution is hitting the record button. So here we are, Meeting Burner. We're here to disrupt the big guys, and we're ready to go. Thanks.
Okay, meetings in the cloud. What are your thoughts, judges? Let's get 2 quick questions in. Who's got a good one?
Love the pitch. How many users can it scale to?
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
How many users can it scale to? I mean, it's in the cloud, so it should scale a lot.
Since it's a cloud, it goes really,
I'm
really
sorry,
big.
it's on Amazon, so it may not scale that well.
Sorry.
If we use a different platform, maybe we can get bigger. We've put 1,000 people on, or
1,000 people,
1,000 people on the bridge. We believe it'll scale infinitely, but that's a stupid claim.
Got it.
And what's the quality of the data stream? If it's visual, like Skype, is it like that? Is there any,
We believe that head-to-head compared to the competitors, we're faster and better quality down to each of the participants.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
Next up is Explorance. Explorance. I'm pronouncing it right? Explorance is how it's pronounced? Explorance, are you here? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. No pressure. No pressure. 3 minutes. Explain everything.
It's not working.
There you go. And in 3, 2, uh-oh. PowerPoint equals death. Here we go. We can see it. We say good enough. It's already full screen. What are we doing Parallels desktop for? Just show the product. You have the product on a phone? Just go on the Elmo. What are we doing here? All right, here we go.
I can't do it like this.
Why don't you take out your iPhone and just show it?
Okay.
There's an Elmo right there. Just show the product. We don't need to get fancy.
Hold on. Excuse me.
No, the idea is there's
That's me to
1,000
get
people. Come on, show the product.
You asked me to go out right now? Did you fix it? No. Okay, come down. Okay. Sorry.
All right. And I don't know what he just told me. I think, am I supposed to bunt?
Number 3.
Okay, I'm bunting. Okay, tourist. Tourist.
Thank you.
Tourist. Show the product. Show the product. Show, don't tell. Those are the rules of launch.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Show your product, not a PowerPoint. I know, they have to get a little bit of time. Boom!
Okay.
Boom!
So, 10 years ago, Apple changed the MP3 market by introducing a product that made it easier to consume music. This is the same model that Tourist is looking to employ as we reinvent what it means to use virtual tours. We are specifically changing the user experience and the revenue model, and we are making it easier for people through 4 products that we have in our platform. We're giving people a chance to look inside places of business, to look inside hotels, real estate. Across the board, we are monetizing what it means to go into these places in a very tactile and immersive new way. We have 4 products that are enabling this. Tourist Explorer, which is our free viewer. It's available on tourist.com and the App Store, and it gives you the ability to
Show the product.
gives you the ability to turn your iDevice into a window. So as you point up and down and left and right, you're looking through a window. It's a very visceral experience. It's very enjoyable. We've got seasoned CEOs that are smiling like they're teenage girls as they look at this thing and get all giddy. It's been very highly rated and reviewed. Second,
Show the product. Don't tell us, show us.
Okay.
There's an Elmo right there. Just put it under the Elmo and show us.
I know, but it's about moving, and I was told that this won't do you any good.
Well, at least you could start.
Okay.
Show us something.
Second, we've got Tourist Professional. This is an international network of photographers that are able to create this content
Can
for
we put on the
anyone.
Elmo, please? Tech guys, enable the Elmo. Thank you. Okay, so now you got to look at the courtesy monitor to show us what you're showing.
So you guys can see here that we are looking around. This is the problem with the Elmo. It's really not meant to be.
Do you have a video of your product?
I do. In fact,
Show
we
the
can
video.
show you that here.
Just the #1 rule of presenting is to actually show the product. Yes. Okay,
And
here we go.
so these people are able to go around these environments, and we also have a product that gives you the ability to paint in your surroundings in 360 degrees. And finally, we have a white label program. So in the last few months, we've been contacted by 6 of the Fortune 100
All right,
companies.
stop. We still don't know what this product does.
Right.
Tell us in English, what does the product do? We see people throwing their phone around in the air.
Right.
What is it actually doing besides, is it exercise for them or something? What are they doing?
It's giving you the chance to look around and experience a place in 3D.
Ah, so I'm not looking at the real world, I'm looking at a VRML or something?
We call it remote reality. It's like augmented reality, but you're going into that space.
Okay, so somebody has taken a 360-degree photo
Right.
of a tourist destination, and then that's pretty cool, and you swing it around, and you can see what that location would be like being in it.
That's right. We've got 17,000 locations. Why
would I want this? Is it for tourism?
So that you can decide the next place you're going to buy a house, so you can decide where you want to book a hotel room, so that you can see Paris Hilton in Munich, Germany on her birthday a week ago. We've just got a lot of really interesting content.
Okay. I think we actually understand what it is. Shervin, you had a question.
I think it's really cool.
Turn the microphone on, please. It's on. Go ahead.
I think it's really cool. I mean, I know it's really tough doing that, but just the first thought I had was partnering with Room 77.
Absolutely.
Looking around the hotel rooms. That would be.
Yeah, I actually went onto your website, and it's a 5-inch by 7-inch holodeck. So essentially, you can be teleported anywhere in the world and look around as if you were there. In fact, if it was strapped to your face, you would be there for all practical purposes.
Wow. So that's a way to describe it. This is good. You're learning actually how to describe your own product from professionals like Naval and Shervin. Any other questions from the panel about this? Using the iPad for
I think this
360.
This is really cool.
It's very cool.
The cost to produce the thing and I think you may be working on this, but the right camera, the right lens, the right mount, that's complicated. That you can get photographers and to do that, but
how much does it cost to take a picture of a room or a landscape?
It's free. If you have the right digital SLR, it's free, and we're also releasing an app that lets you paint in your surroundings by swiping the air. So think of it like Twitter, but instead of sharing 140 characters, you're saying, hey, this is what it looks like to be up on stage at launch. Pretty exciting.
So by painting the air, you mean capturing the image around you?
And turning that into that virtual tour. It's a turnkey. It's very easy.
I think painting's the wrong way to describe it.
You're right. It's very automated.
It's like YouTube.
It stitches it together.
And so we are now the sole virtual tour provider for Remax internationally. We are working with some of literally the very biggest Fortune 10, Fortune 100 names in education, transportation, entertainment. It's very exciting for us.
Are you working with EF?
I'm sorry? With UF?
EF.
EF? No, not yet.
Question from the grand jury?
If you take a picture inside a store...
Direct into the microphone.
If you take a picture inside a store, can you tell what people are looking at and where they're coming from?
That is something that we've considered. We are very interested in the metrics that this platform can deliver in terms of identifying what is of interest to people. That's ultimately where the value is. It's the content and the metrics, not the fact that we're making a bunch of money on the hosting.
Okay.
Final question. Can you connect it to the gyro so that as you walk forward, you're zooming in and walking around the space?
You can tap. The gyro doesn't, as to the best of our knowledge, does not measure lateral strafing movement.
You could mix that with the accelerometer. That would be really cool because I could actually see some interesting gaming elements to it.
Okay. Cool. Great recovery, and let's hear it for Explorance. Oh, tourist. Sorry, tourist. You're back.
Back.
Now, remember rule number 1, show, don't tell.
Exactly.
Show the product. Let's welcome Explorance, round 2. Let's do it, come on now.
So sorry about the technical difficulties. So my name is Mike Supervici and my company's called Explorance. And video games are great, but they make you sit on the couch for too long. But what if we could take those video games and just bring them outdoors? Well, this is what we intend to do here at Explorance. This is what I'm going to show you here today. So once I jump in the application, I see a list of contests near me. The first one here on the top expires in 4 days, and it happens to be a race. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And once I'm in, I get some more information about it. Now, I can't start the race until I'm actually at the start line. But once I'm at the start line, I hit start, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Once I actually reach the finish line, then I get a toast saying, nice job, you did great, you beat your friend by 5 seconds. In this case, it happens to be a sponsor event, so you got a 10% discount. And your name goes into a leaderboard so that we make this a really fun and social game. And last thing I wanted to show you is your friends. So these are your friends, so we can make it a super social, fun game. So that's Explorance for you.
Awesome. Okay, Ted, I see you shaking your hand and smiling like a schoolboy. What's on Christmas?
I saw this at the mentoring session yesterday, and I really liked it. I think especially if you're going to a new city and you want to get a quick workout in, or even just explore a city, you can get a lot of user-generated walking tours. and I think it's really interesting.
Okay.
So who's developing the games, and what are the, where's the content strategy?
So every user can create any contest. It's really simple. You just hit start if you're at the start line, if you're doing a race, and stop when you're at the finish line. So all users can do it, but we also think that brands would also want to be able to create their own sponsored events.
Are you guys going to create a lot of your own stuff, or are you just counting on users?
Initially we will, just so we can kind of get the base moving, but we really would want to rely on users to create the content.
What other verticals do you have in mind besides the running vertical?
Oh, this is we want to essentially take the video game outdoors. So we really feel that we can turn skiing, snowboarding, any sort of outdoor activity into a real life video game. We really want to concentrate on outdoors and bringing people off the couch.
Awesome. Let's hear it for Explorance. Well done. Okay, let's bring up from Ghana, Gripe Line by Nandi Mobile. All right. Thank you for making the journey.
So I'm from Nandi Mobile and we present to you Gripe Line. Gripe Line is a customer support tool with SMS. In Africa, internet penetration is not very high, but everybody has a phone, and each phone can send an SMS. So a customer can send an SMS to a phone, which is logged into an online ticketing system for the company. So that's what you see. So the company sees an aggregation of these tickets, and then they can also view the tickets and send an answer back to the customer, and the customer sees it as an SMS. Also, because we know that this application will have a lot of data, we also provide an analytics feature where the companies can make sense out of the tickets that they receive. Thank you very much.
Wow. That was a very concise, awesome presentation. So, hey, no internet, no smartphone. Well, there's internet, but no smartphones. Penetration in Africa is low, but everybody's got SMS. So you actually give the companies their own shortcode to accept feedback.
Yeah, so the company uses a 4-digit number, so it's not a long number, a 4-digit number that is easily remembered.
Awesome. What do you guys think? Gripe Line.
Super smart. Very, very cool. Have you guys already launched, or where's your biggest market?
We are at the pre-launch stage, so we have some companies doing a pilot test with us. We are launching in 2 months.
Cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
So tell us about the incubator, since we have you on stage, in Ghana, and how it's going and how it works.
So Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology is a 2-year program where they train in software development, business, and then software development, business, and entrepreneurship. So by the end of the 2 years, you present a business plan into the incubator. So if it's accepted, then you are given seed funding to start your own company. So we are one of the companies which has gone through the program, and we are now in the incubator.
Awesome. It's
yeah, I think it's great. I just want to say, I think sometimes people think of SMS as a lesser platform, like a shortcoming or a compromise, and I actually just think it's the ideal platform for this. And it's not necessarily just because, there's high SMS penetration in Africa, but it's global. And I think so many people who try this try and make it too complicated and a separate app and a separate experience that there's too much friction. And so I think SMS is exactly the right way to do this. So good luck.
Thank you very much. Can you do an 800? No, is it a free text service? Do the carriers let you do it for free?
Yeah, so it's free on some of the telecoms, but it's 2 cents for others. 2 cents per SMS for the customer. But the business pays a subscription model for the product. Yeah.
Got it.
So does the business put on the wall or on a, like a little tent on the tables if it's a restaurant, give us feedback at this short code? Is that how they?
Yeah, so it depends on the kind of advertisement or marketing the business does. It has a TV advert, they can just put under there for feedback sent to this number. If it's a billboard, they'll put there, they just put it there for feedback sent to this number.
Awesome. It's a great idea, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Gripe Line, very cool. So we have Brand Yourself, I think from Syracuse, New York, if I remember correctly. Is that right? You guys from Syracuse or Albany? Where are you from?
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Beautiful, tropical Syracuse.
And you guys look like you're in high school. Are you guys in high school or college?
Neither anymore.
Oh, okay.
No longer in college.
All right. All right, so let's hear about it.
Okay, I'm Patrick from Brand Yourself. You will see a lot of product, but first, how many people have Googled their own name to see what shows up? So Jason's getting his Google grade, and you'll know Jason has an A+, which means when you search Jason online, you find accurate, relevant, positive results. But if you're not Jason, you're like most people, you're not accurately represented online. And this is the problem. 80 million names are Googled every single day. 75% of HR departments are required to research candidates online. So if you don't have positive content out there, it's hurtful. But most people have no idea how to fix it themselves, how to build content, SEO, or use social media effectively. And Brand Yourself is the easiest way for people to assess, build, manage, and monitor their entire online presence. So here's my personal account. My to-do list tells me what I should personally do to improve my online presence. But a first-time user wants to get good content out there right away. So with our site builder, you can literally build a site in 60 seconds. It's incredibly easy. It'll show, it's really easy. You can spend some time on it and make it robust like mine, but the important part is it's automatically SEO'd for your name. Every single page. So here's a user. He's been with us for 2 weeks. He was being mistaken in his job process for that weird blogger on the bottom. He had a blog spot. He now owns in 2 weeks the first 3 results, his Brand Yourself results. Now, it's more important of your online presence. It's more important than just your Brand Yourself site. There's other places you should be, and they should be ranking too. So in your accounts, you plug in the other places you should be. We've got a bug here. The account you plug in your other places, it makes it really easy to make sure they're all optimized. And if there's something that's not happening for it, it gets fixed. And it tells you what to do. Another big challenge people have is, now that I'm in all these places, how do I keep it relevant? How do I keep it up to date? So the brand dashboard makes it incredibly easy to do this. So again, let's say you're a PR person looking for a PR job. You should be talking about PR stuff. So you get a custom RSS all about PR. If you like it, you can share it with all your networks really easily. We tell you PR people in your area you should be talking to. Again, for the average user, it makes this whole process that much easier. And again, the whole point is your online presence. Brand Yourself is a place where your whole online presence is brought to you and tells you what you care about. So you get alerts. If your Google grade changes and a new result pops up, we tell you about it and what to do about it. If it's working. So since I've been here, a lot of people from California have obviously been Googling me and hitting my site, so it's working. I find out about information like that, so this is what's happened this week for me. And same thing with social. Has anyone followed me since I've been here? Is my reach actually growing? So I've got some people who have followed me right from this conference. Who am I interacting with the most? So who am I interacting with most on Twitter, on Facebook? Who's interacting with me the most? And the whole point is, it's one easy place that the average person can go and grow their entire online reputation and look good. And that's Brand Yourself.
Wow, very good. Okay.
I've got 5 seconds. I forgot business. We're SaaS. People pay us monthly for access to the system. And we have channel partners. We partner with consumer internet, job boards.
Questions from
search.
the judges? Questions?
That was actually my only question.
If the pitch is the Google search results, how do you deal with the page rank of a new site like yours actually showing up?
Say that again?
And if the problem you're solving is the Google search for your name, how do you solve the page rank problem of being the first thing people find?
So are you saying how do we make sure people show up? So 80% of our users can, with just that Brand Yourself site, as you see, will own it because a lot of SEO for people, if it's not a commercial term, just the fact that the site is automatically SEO'd and the architecture is great and we're a high-ranking site and the way we do it, we just do all the Google-friendly things, that's enough for most people. Then the links and stuff, that's what the other part is. You're not only plugging in your other accounts to see what you should do with them, they also make sure they link to each other. So not only is your site about John Smith, Google profile, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, we make sure they're telling Google it's all about John Smith too. So for that 80% of people, just having a site out there that's well optimized gives them the edge they need.
So it's cool to promote all those other sites because there isn't really a stigma with those profiles, but is there a primary landing page at like brandyourself.com/someone's username or?
It's their name, well, it's their name.brandyourself.com. Upgraded users, paying users, getyourname.com. As long as it's available, they can get it right through us.
That feels a little douchey to me, right? I mean, if I were busted using brandyourself.com, my friends would relentlessly tease me.
The point is, though, if you have a WordPress site, isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, right. But
if you have a WordPress site or you have a blog spot, you build your own site, that's the same problem. I mean, And you can get a custom URL, like I said, when you upgrade. You don't have to brand yourself.
Okay, all right, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, so
Okay.
upgraded users get yourname.com. You actually get a complimentary domain name because our lifetime value catch. We actually make money just by doing that instead of making them pay for it.
Okay, right on.
Awesome. Let's thank Brand yourself. Well done, guys. Okay, let's bring up our next. All the way from Australia, but I don't know which city. Canberra. Okay, welcome. You came all the way from Australia.
Yes.
And you were out in the demo pit for a while in the LaunchPad?
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for coming, and show us Pen.io.
Okay, so this is Pen.io. It's a really, really fast way to publish text online. There's not a lot to it, and that's what makes it such a powerful application. So I'm going to create a new page. You need a password for editing later on. That's all the sign up that's required, nothing else. This is a page. It shows the instructions for the user. To edit the page, the user just clicks, adds their own text, clicks save, and they've published the page. That's all there is to it. You can add a new title if you want. And that's basically the application. Now, it supports plain text, and most users love just putting plain text in because it's so fast. But if you want to add more features, it fully supports HTML, and there's also a set of tags that I've created that allows you to extend it further. For example, I'll put the page tag here, and we'll have a look at the page. And it's split the page up into multiple pages. So anybody can publish text in seconds, and that's basically the app. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, we have a world's record in terms of presenting 1 minute and 10 seconds.
So what's the use case? I mean, you would do this instead of emailing to a bunch of friends, or?
It can be used for that. An example that I saw recently, a bunch of educators or teachers were using it to share class notes with their students, reading assignments, things like that. Someone here at Launch created a page that listed all the Launch meetups. It's content that you want to put online that doesn't necessarily need a whole blog. So if you just want to put content on really quickly, it's much faster than setting up a whole WordPress blog or a Tumblr site.
What's your business model?
In the future, there's been a lot of interest in premium, having your own domain name, hosting the pages on your own server, and having statistics, and they'll be offered as a premium.
I think one of the key insights here is there aren't that many pages on the web where there is no username. The username is the URL, and then you authenticate with just a password against that page. I think that's just totally brilliant. Like, yeah. I think anything that simplifies the internet is worth a congratulations.
Yeah. So exactly how many seconds does it take to get it published on the web again?
I reckon you could do it in about 2 or 3 seconds. 5 seconds maybe.
Yeah. And so what compelled you to make a platform that just let people randomly publish on the web without, what was the inspiration? Why? Because it's interesting, in 15, 20 years, I've never seen anybody do anything like that. And it seems like that's an obvious thing to do. Like, everything requires 20 pages of logging in and getting set up before you hit publish. It's brilliant.
Yeah, well, that's right. I love simplicity. I love being able to make a complex solution more easy. And with this application, I looked at all the different text publishing options out there, different blogging platforms, content management systems, and looked at how I could distill it down into the very basic form, keep just what was necessary, and this is basically it.
So I just tried to create one called My Page, and it says name is taken. So how do you deal with it long term? I mean, if you're successful and people create a bunch of pages.
It's easy to add an extra domain later on, so people can have a choice of different ending domains.
Gotcha.
And tell us the domain one more time.
Pen.io.
Pen.io. So everybody can go try pen.io. Thank you for coming halfway around the globe, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, judges, we saw a little bit rough around the edges, but some raw talent from the LaunchPad. Meeting Burner was cloud-based meeting software. Explorance was real-world virtual reality, holodeck. No, that was Tourist, rather. Explorance was, how would we describe that best?
a gamification of exercise or something?
Gamification of exercise, game mechanics for exercise. Nandy Mobile doing complaining online by SMS and talking to brands, I guess, and small businesses. Brand yourself, fixing your search engine results page in a non-douchey way. And Pen.io, instant publishing. Which one was your favorite and why? Anyone?
Personally, I like the meeting. I mean, we use a lot of GoToMeeting, WebEx. They never work well. They're very difficult to coordinate the invites. It looked very simple. It is on the wrong platform, but it looked like a very simple, easy to use application that I'm going to go home and try it out myself tonight.
Awesome. Aaron, you have a favorite? Or two?
3D technology, if they get the paint the world with the iPhone to work, is pretty badass.
Yeah.
With the $6,000, $5,000, $3,000 camera, more complicated, iPhone, that would create tons of awesome content and people will do cool stuff with it. So,
Jeff, what did you like?
I like the meeting application as well. We use a lot of GoToMeeting, and it is painfully slow sometimes. I mean, it can take 5-10 minutes to get those set up. So.
Awesome. Andrew, you have a favorite?
Yeah, actually, I liked Gripeline. I mean, it's very low tech for the people in this room, but I thought it had worldwide capabilities for a lot of underdeveloped countries, so I really liked that. And then for me, it was sort of a toss-up for second place between Brand Yourself and The Tourist.
Awesome.
I liked both of those.
Yeah, awesome. Ted?
Well, now that I figured out the use case of Pen.io, I think it's interesting. I think a way to, you mix it with a URL shortener, I guess it already sort of has one. You could almost have a private message within a tweet or a Facebook post.
Yeah. A great way to WikiLeaks something as well, just anonymously publish something in 3 seconds before the general gets back to your desk in the military base. Chris Sacca, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't think you have to, I love Pen.io and I love Gripeline, both because they're just not overly complicated. They've taken stuff that so many of us take for granted. Instead of building something that's too feature-rich, too bloated, too heavy, they use existing ubiquitous, frictionless technologies to make cool shit happen. And I think when you empower users in that way, awesome stuff results. So.
All right. Well said. Dave?
Pen.io for sure. I love anything simple. I also just think it's great that it's beautiful and the pages look like book pages. And then the Gripeline as well. I thought SMS is brilliant.
Okay, so looking across the 2 sessions, remember in session 3 we had Audio Micro, Graphite, Junar, New Air, Open Space, and then in this next session we had Meeting Burner, Explorance, Tourist, Nandy Mobile doing Gripeline, Brand Yourself, and Pen.io. Do you have a favorite? If there was one you could own shares in, if you could own 1% of any of these companies, which one would you most want to own equity in? Which is your favorite across the 2? Take a moment. We'll play the Jeopardy music while you do. Okay.
Wait, can't we just give a convertible note for $150,000 to all of them?
Right. Well, I thought you were doing that already. Yes. For all 46 companies we're going to have on stage. Okay.
Well, the one that I was the giddy teenage girl was New Air. I saw it and I said, that's something I could use immediately. I could see a lot of people using that immediately. I think they do have to work on distribution and how they're going to package it up and actually get to, whether it's through their app or other app developers. But I was very excited by that technology.
Awesome. Absolute favorite across the 2 sessions. Dave, Chris?
Well, I didn't mention it, but I mean, as far as owning stock, if you could get the publishing right with Tourist and own that, the format, you'd be the first one out there and thousands and thousands of people creating content, and that would be, I think, a pretty valuable library.
Awesome. Chris, your absolute favorite across the 2 sessions.
I mean, look, the nature of an angel investor, an early stage investor, is to play the field, man. It's to index the shit. So it's hard for me to
You can't punt. I mean, there's 11 choices here. Are you telling me when you see 11, you see 11 deals a week? Do you do all 11?
Look, this is why it took me so long to get engaged, right? I mean,
yeah.
I really like the simplicity and potential of Pen.io.
Okay.
But I'm going to download Tooth Tag immediately.
All right. So Tooth Tag and Pen.io. If you had to pick one.
Dude, you got everything you're going to get out of me.
All right, Dave,
Like,
Dave, pick one.
Pen.io.
All right, Pen.io.
Yeah, I really liked New Era as well, but Gripeline was talking to me. I mean, I typically, as an angel investor, I don't typically invest internationally, but there was something about the solution that I really, really liked, and I would encourage them to work
Yeah,
to
elegantly
launch that.
simple. David, you already talked about your schoolgirl crush. Aaron?
I think the New Era is going to just spark a lot of really awesome ideas and products and new companies and all sorts of things. I think that's really cool. Gripeline, beyond just customer care, governments, emergencies, earthquakes, lots of cool stuff with just better SMS back and forth.
Jeff?
I think I'm going to stick with graphite. It's the clearest business need that I see on a day-to-day basis. So.
Awesome. We're going to take a 10-minute break. The grand jury is going to come up. We're going to see the final 6 companies. Then we're going to get drinks, and the grand jury is going to vote. And by about 6 o'clock, I think at 6 o'clock, we're going to give the awards. So stick around. We're going to try to do everything early. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Let's take a 10-minute bio break. Thank you to our judges. What a great job. Dave, Chris, Ted, Andrea, David, Aaron, Jeff. Please be careful when getting off the stage. Don't pull a Jay. Jay took a dive off the stage, went to the hospital. He's okay, though.